Back like I never left, it's your boy, Yaya, bringing you guys more Final Fantasy Fridays. And what's more perfect than bringing more Final Fantasy hype to the channel? Yesterday at Sony's May 9th State of Play, we finally know Final Fantasy VII Remake is a real game. But today, I'm going to bring you guys an in-depth analysis of the Final Fantasy VII Remake State of Play trailer. Also, heads up, if you haven't played the first 2 to 3 hours of the original Final Fantasy VII, some parts of the analysis may contain spoilers in the video, but I will keep it to a minimal and will not spoil in-game. Without further ado, let's go. First things first, this is something you should get excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake, but the boss battles are looking to even be more of an overhaul than the original game. See, in Final Fantasy VII, you literally have a cutscene happen, screen effect like a Pokemon battle, then you just battle. In Final Fantasy VII Remake though, the boss battles blend both cinematic and battle or more active like thinking. Think of this as like a game must seamlessly transition between gameplay and cinematic cutscene, as smooth as this clip from Kingdom Hearts 3. If this is not the case, but even then, it looks like the beginning of the battle where destruction is finally happening. I feel like they're reshaping actually what happens at the plant at the beginning of Final Fantasy VII into Final Fantasy VII Remake. There is a countdown timer right after the first boss scene in the trailer, and it seemingly drops down from 19 minutes and 7 seconds. It's safe to assume the countdown to escape from the facility starts at 20 minutes. What's interesting about this though is that the original Final Fantasy VII was only 10 minutes from detonation. This is also a huge assumption, but I think Final Fantasy VII Remake will make the first portion of the game even longer and more explorable than the original. Hence, I think they're going to add a lot more detail into this and also go into more depth of how the escape really goes down. Back then, and it only makes common sense coming from like, you know, a sprite based game to a full length remake in 3D. A lot of people are worried about the combat of the game, like this is going to be Final Fantasy 15 version 2. But from the beginning, I have a lot to potentially debunk about those feelings. Switching between characters by clicking L2 or R2 also, as expected, seems like a shortcut from the Kingdom Hearts series. Now, I gotta say something. I love Final Fantasy 15, but I gotta roast it in this part of the video. This is something that's there day one. The square button attack in the trailer was tapped in succession. A lot of people believe that you have to hold the button down to do combos. Based in the trailer, you see Cloud attacking an enemy and it looks like the opponent is tapping it successfully. It didn't auto start up like Final Fantasy 15, or so far it doesn't seem like you just hold one button to play. You don't just do this all day. I'm not literally holding a button like this.
Do be careful.
For newcomers, you're possibly wondering what the hell is this yellow bar on the HUD. The yellow bar could represent the limit gauge known as MP. Another bar we see later in the trailer is white and seemingly is the magic gauge. Even later in the trailer you see Cloud doing a cross slash, but the yellow meter is fully disappeared, which appears to be limit. It could be either, or due to this game still being in development and subject to changing a lot. There have been many comparisons between the Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer back at PSX in 2015, 4 years ago, versus the State of Play Final Fantasy trailer. I will show some clear comparisons right now. Alright, so this is off the grid right quick. I got a lot of things to pull out from this trailer. I know it's only a minute long, but I'll have some stuff that I actually see for the future of Final Fantasy VII. Number one, in the trailer, you do not see Tifa, and everybody's like, yo, why y'all not gonna show off Tifa? Like, she's one of the most beloved Final Fantasy characters, period. Wouldn't that get more people hyped than just showing off, you know, what they did? Actually, the trailer was pretty good regardless, so I'm not gonna take away from that. Really fire, but I think a lot of people was hoping to see Tifa's new edited or upgraded look visually and design, because last time I think we actually seen Tifa in a game was, if I do not believe, World of Final Fantasy, and that was a chibi-like game. We haven't seen a complete overhaul of Tifa's character in so long. Like the last game or last thing with Tifa I can actually think that I know of is Advent Children and Dissidia, and she's not even in Dissidia, which I strongly believe why she's not in Dissidia is because they're waiting on Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm just saying, for everybody that plays Dissidia out there, she will be coming within a year from this day. I just feel it in my blood and bones, bro. Anywho, legit, Tifa is on the party member in one scene in the trailer. It's really hype, it's really cool, but here's something bigger that a lot of people are not talking about within this trailer. And I might make a separate video on it going into more detail and breaking down why. But legit, in the trailer, you literally see so much. So, right now, this game could potentially be coming out way faster than we think. I think the game is actually on this track to releasing like November 2019. The latest after that, I'll probably say like January, just to try to match January, February, and March, try to match the area around the original Final Fantasy VII's release date. Here's why. So if you go to the official Final Fantasy Twitter account, right, they pinned tweet has a lot of key details on the future of Final Fantasy VII's release and what's happening with the game up to now until E3 and then even after that. So it literally says, here's the teaser trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake that was introduced just now at the State of Play, which was yesterday. But most of the plans are already in place in the run-up to launch, so please bear with us a little longer until we can release more information next month. / Tetsuya Nomura. Literally, this means one of two things. A, the game is way further along development and almost done, or at the point to where they just got to do a little bit more touches before the game. They probably really on track with schedule, because you know Kingdom Hearts 3, that was done. We had a whole bunch of period of time without anything Square Enix related but the announcement of KH3 Reminds DLC. And then legit, we finally get that sentence from Tetsuya Nomura himself. Most of the plans are already in place in the run-up to launch. So honestly, I feel like E3, we're potentially going to get at least 2 to 3 trailers. If it's not just freaking whoever else is with this game, like Sony, I feel like Sony could show off a trailer. Well, Sony not going to be at E3. Well, I feel like Square Enix could show off a trailer, or some other company might get involved with the game. Who knows? We don't know. But to be honest to God, truth with y'all, I actually think we might get like 1 or 2 different types of trailers. Because I do think we're getting a State of Play next month. I know they said they're not going to have an E3 press conference or nothing like that, but I strongly do believe we will get a State of Play around the E3 season. Don't sleep. I think they're going to come out with some heat still for the State of Play. But I honestly am really excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I honestly think the game is way further along than we believe. And another thing that I didn't bring up, I should have thought about this a little bit more detail, that like a year or two ago or a little back before Kingdom Hearts 3 released, Tetsuya Nomura came out and even said that Final Fantasy VII Remake was further along in development than Kingdom Hearts 3. Everybody brushed that off because they know the memes, lol, this game ain't never coming out till 2029, 2047. People was brushing it off, but they were literally serious about that, and they just proved it with this trailer. And I honestly think we will get a potential release date, or I don't want to get too hype like I'm always in, but I feel like we might get a release date at E3. If not, we're going to get like a release window with the month in it. And I think that's going to be like November or September 2019 maybe. That's how I feel. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out my quick little video on things that you may have missed in Final Fantasy VII Remake. My Final Fantasy VII Remake State of Play trailer, breakdown, in-depth analysis, whatever you want to call it. Subscribe to this channel. I will be doing a lot of Final Fantasy VII related content on here, and I also play a lot of fighting games and talk about anime here and there. That being said, subscribe, hit that bell for all notifications so you can get notified on everything I do. I won't spam y'all unless it's E3 season or some big event like Gamescom or something happening, but I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I love doing this. I love you guys. And subscribe for all things Final Fantasy. It's your boy Avataryaya. I'm out. And that is Raw.